I'm raging inside, but yet to be calm, to be grounded, even in times of chaos, that creates great leaders. That's resilient. It's staying calm in the chaos, in the storm. Take a deep breath, right? Let's calm down for a minute. We live in such a stressful world sometimes. Jeremiah Boucher here, finding your edge. A lot's been going on in my head here. Today, I want to talk about being resilient. And I want to talk about that physical muscles are made for strength. They're made for movement. Emotional muscles, they're made for stillness. And I've been embodying that, where the emotions that come up can get so uncomfortable sometimes when you're in high pressure situations, when you're in an intense relationship, when you are afraid of losing money, status, power, people, and our bodies are going to react. And it's going to say, hey, I'm here to help you survive. And there's a lot of emotions inside, and I'm going to bring them up. And instead of fighting those emotions, I've been working on sitting with those emotions. I'm raging inside, but yet to be calm, to be grounded, even in times of chaos, that creates great leaders. That's resilient. It's staying calm in the chaos, in the storm, because the body's here to serve us. And a lot of times we beat it up. You don't move it. You don't let it breathe. It's in bad positions all day. And you wonder why you feel so anxious. The body is such a powerful, energetic tool, right? It's all energy. It's literally electromagnetic impulses firing in our brain and in our hearts. In my eyes, I'm learning, like, what happens when I feel these intense emotions? What's going on? A friend told me this, and I really like it, where everyone feels these three embedded fears. The first one is powerlessness. You have no control over what someone else is doing, who they're with, what's going on with them, their choices. The second one is worthlessness. There's situations in business where you cannot influence the deal anymore. And the third one is abandonment. That's a lot of trouble for entrepreneurs. It's very difficult to give up power and control. And in the world that we live in, I believe a lot of it is determined by who has leverage, who has the power, and who has the control. Employees don't have as much power in certain situations to their employers. They have to give up power and give up control for the paycheck. To build bonds with people, to build a deeper relationship, especially with intimate relationships, it doesn't work where you always have power and control over someone. And to be truly intimate and vulnerable, you have to give that up. And it's scary because it goes against all of our wiring. And it's learning how to be powerless. And that, like, just my body wants to resist that as I say it, right? And we all have this body addiction to, comfort, and we forget to support our body. We have to acknowledge it. So it's easy to say, but it's not easy to do when everyone's triggered by something different. And when that trigger occurs, whether it's fear of abandonment, you feel worthless, you don't feel valued, you feel powerlessness in business and in relationships with your family, with your health, you can go crazy. But I'm learning how to process it by just feeling in the body. I'm trying to share it intellectually, but it's visceral. I think it's something that we all have to feel, and this will allow us to help process really, really challenging times. Pain is absolutely necessary. It is occurring, and this is part of the human existence, part of life. It can destroy you. And yet there's the other side of pain, that it's a message. It can be a partner. And I'm learning. I don't have it figured out. I'm just learning that the pain is part of the process. The pain is telling me something, that I got to hone in or stop doing this thing that is not serving me. It's destructive. Feel it and understand someone else's pain. Have empathy for them. I understand how they feel, and it's not a time to be hard on them. That's experienced more in the body than it is the mind, in my opinion. I want to pivot too, where I've had a lot of back pain in my life. And physical pain sucks, because when you have physical pain, your mental is totally disrupted, right? Like when I feel weak in my body, I feel weak in my decisions. And one is just to be proactive, right? To take care of the body. And two, it's to actually like maximize it, right? To empower it, to make it strong. That way, then we can feel powerfully and make great decisions and be a great leader. So why I get into that is because my body was so out of whack, where my structure was misaligned. So I started to learn, like, I got to stop doing the old things. Like just because weightlifting is popular doesn't mean I need to go lift heavy weights and go do squats or CrossFit. And I was just re-injuring myself. Tried stem cells and energetic therapies and supplements and nerve tests. I don't want to get surgeries. So listen to this, because I've tried everything. If you've ever had back pain or shoulder pain or knee pain, what I found was three things. Number one, my lower back ability. I got one of those back extension machines. Instead of doing crunches or planks or anything, these back extensions just strengthened me big time, and I felt so much better. Second thing, I'm doing the ATG method. It's the knees over toes guy. The weight workouts make me strong. I'm lean. I'm more mobile than I ever have been. I can sit. I can feel good. I feel better than when I started working out instead of broken. I love it. So check out that ATG knees over toes guy. The third thing I got was the New Fit method. It's the newbie. It's this company out of Austin, and it's direct current electrical stimulation that you put on your muscles while you move them. You do mobility work and you do exercises, strength training. It starts to activate the neurons so that your body's firing muscles that it doesn't want to fire, because we have this learned helplessness in our muscles because we sit down and then they shut off, right? If we don't recruit them, we don't use them. The way that I fire these muscles and wake up dormant parts of my body, physical body, is what I'm doing for the last 16 months in transforming my emotions. If I can disrupt my thinking and I can start to fire ways of feeling more calm, processing stressful situations, and then reacting in ways where I'm not escaping, hiding, or I'm not suppressing and expressing myself instead and changing that pattern. So when things are so intense, I can take on so much more. And that ties it back to being resilient. For me to live it, it doesn't seem like it's occurring in the moment, right? It doesn't seem like things are shifting, but people are seeing it in me, and I'm starting to feel it, where I can handle more and more without taking it on and just going to break. I always had this pattern of putting so much pressure on myself, being so hard on myself. And then I knew I couldn't sustain the pace, the energy, all the stress that I would hold inside, and I would end up breaking. I would go binge. I needed to prove to the world that I was worthy and that I'm enough. My body would snap. My emotions would snap. My habits would go to hell. You know, it's great to have amazing people around you, a network of community, friends and colleagues and family. All those things are really, really important to protect your energy or protect the sanctity of your life. But then there's times where you can't just count on those. You are going to be the person that has to handle the bad news. There may be a catastrophic loss financially. That's where I think building up this emotional muscle and understanding how we feel inside is so important. I hope that you can take something away and feel the heart that I have in it, because I know you got a heart too, man, and hearts hurt. And to feel connected to somebody when sometimes you feel so alone, especially if you're fighting for a dream, you're top of your game, and a lot of people are after what you're after. It's a lonely existence. And sometimes if we react or we hold all this pressure inside, we can hurt people. If you're not hurt inside, you don't have to hurt other people. That's where I think building up this emotional muscle and understanding how we feel inside is so important. But it doesn't happen right away. Like, you can't recruit it right when this tragedy happens or when you're just blindsided by an event that sucks. I feel like I'm always preparing for not the worst. I just want to endure the little things and the big things. Then when they come up, I have a better possibility of coming back to equilibrium quicker instead of being knocked out for weeks or a month. You know, it's, believe it or not, as I get older, I mean, I feel like I feel emotions more intensely than I did when I was younger. I like talking about these things. And maybe I get some flack on it, and maybe it's stupid or boring to some people, especially the men out there. I felt so disconnected from men in my life, and having a father that wasn't around, you know, and now I love my dad, and now I have a close connection with my dad, and I'm working on it. I mean, I was a sensitive kid, a little kid, and then I learned to wall it all off like a lot of men do. We just close off to the world. I'm fine. I got it. I got it handled. And underneath it, we're a fucking mess. Now I'm like, I'm not fine. I'm not fine, right? And having these friendships and going to therapy and doing some of these different methods of healing are critical for me. And I don't care what I look like it's not tough or it's not masculine or showing weakness. Like, no. Vulnerability is strength, because being able to handle these situations in a way where I can stay calm, I can breathe, I can feel what's going on, and I can see the bigger picture instead of just the gut reaction. And if you are supposed to be the leader and you panic, that's a bad situation because everyone else is going to panic around you. And then you have chaos. No one is working in the same direction. Find that edge, right? Find the competitive edge. But I think the real competitive edge is learning how to operate this mind, this body, and this core self, this consciousness. That's why I feel like this is an important message and for us to be better, but from inside, something that we're called to, not chasing. Like I realize that my presence is a gift and your presence is a gift too. We all express ourselves. We all have something unique inside. And if we can do that and express it in a way that's real to us, doesn't always mean you got to make the next buck. Maybe you can impact somebody by sharing a way that they can help them or you understand them and they can share to someone else. And we don't have to fight each other to get what we need. Like maybe it's about helping other people rise up, feeling other people's pain, listening to people. So when you're present with someone, that's the greatest gift you can give. It's way greater than saying, I love you. Like that's powerful, but being fully present with someone, that is at the core of what it is to be a human and to give that gift and be fully with somebody and they're fully with you. That's beautiful. So don't discount that just a simple thing like presence is meaningless. So I honor that you're present with me. And if people don't choose me and they don't value my presence, I'm not going to chase to go get it anymore. I don't need to chase people that don't value who I am and what I give and my presence to them. And you don't either. Enough is enough.
So thanks for following along. Please comment or book a call with me. Look forward to seeing you next time.